Hello, everyone. Xeno, Epstein List Phase 1 releasing today. I heard about that last night. I think John mentioned it in the chat. Xeno the Stoic says Pam Bondi, one second, guys. Pam Bondi wasn't sworn in until February 5th. It takes a while to delouse the Attorney General's office. I am amazed they are going to it this quickly, but they promised they would. Immoral Fat 49 says, why did it take a month? What was redacted? Can we trust it? We'll see, guys. I mean, we shall see. She did say, hail, Jimmy. She did say that she's going to, how'd you put it? That some of them will be released or along those lines, and people were a little taken aback. Hey, Dennis. I just wanted to mention something here, guys. I got a little time. I paid for Sup, Michelle. How's it going, guys? I paid for some ads on X for the first time ever, just out of curiosity, see how they work. So far, yes. Yes, Doc Brewski, LOL, I guess like Ripa, right? I got 3 backers. I got 40 to 50 new followers. You know, it's had some effect. I got more than I put in. I guess it worked. And I got a lot of shit too from a lot of people. I'm talking about Muslims and leftists, and I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys in 1 minute. So I just want to discuss that a little. Tell me why you're laughing, Doc. Is it because Ripa did it? Does it? I think it's worth it. I actually do. So I did this one. I promoted this one. It got to 152,000 views, which is very good. And I got these responses here. I never understood crowdfunding projects where the general public pays for another person to build a project, company, and or brand to become wealthy. Wealthy, he says. Ahoy, Mike. Yeah, I think so, Zeno. And he goes, if the product is good, it should stand on its own. Well, no, there's advertisements, there's crowdfunding, there's all this stuff, all these opportunities. Why do average people give their money to help someone else become rich? I said, rich? Just trying to make a comic. One unlike any out there. Then he goes on. He goes, one that should remain from being out there, as it is no longer art when it is bigotry promoting the insult of sanctity. What? However, do you not hope for millions of sales? Do you not hope to make huge profits from this endeavor? Or do you just promote insult for fun? I just, LOL. One guy says, in poor taste, In poor taste. I said, and Disney Marvel promoting a whitewashed version of Islam, which motivates the global jihad with their Muslim superhero, isn't in poor taste. He goes, yes, the 2 wrongs make a right argument. I said, so you don't think that an enemy who's murdered over 300,000 human beings since 9/11 should be opposed? Man. And then someone else says, wait till you find out how many innocent people the CIA. Now, this is a guy's response to the fact that over 300,000 human beings at least have been murdered in the name of Islam since 9/11. Wait till you find out about how many innocent people the CIA and Israel have murdered. It'll be a whole new comic book story you'll have to draw. Yeah. A comic about Prophet Momo requests bacon, pepperoni, pork chops at every halal shop. Soy right. Yeah. It's a Pigman, Kramer. Pigman is the one sitting at the Resolute desk. I'm not sure. I guess it has a meaning. I just don't know. You need a comic book on green hydrogen and Captain Hydrogen? I don't know. I don't know what this means. I tried to translate before. I don't think it was. I'd be jealous of the lack of worry that your idiocy affords you, but that would mean I'd be as big a dumbass as you, so it's an easy pass. If someone deleted their post here. If you weren't paying for a check mark, you'd better be closer to your goal, dumbass. I passed my goal. Anyway, so that's the one response to the one ad, and then here's another one. This is a bigger ad. I think this is a more popular one. It got up to 204,000. And I said, Pigman, the anti-jihad superhero, back issue #1 at Fund My Comic now. By the way, I crossed 12,000, and I'm at 181 backers, 181. So that's very cool. And Again, it was I got 3 backers that paid for the ads, and they're still left over, and 181. I'm I'm very pleased. I mean, that's very good. It worked out fine. It worked out well. So yeah, let me know, Doc. Just out of curiosity. Um, Hail, Stormtrooper Julian Caesar. Trevor, my man, Skull Trevor. Good morning. Of course, you come on when I have to go to an appointment. That's right, man. I got a little time. I just wanted to. I thought I got a kick out of this ad, and especially the reaction to the ad. I think it's funny. Um, then it says, makes sense to advertise. Well done. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just trying different things. I super chats to Ethan's show, to others, to John, to John. It was just to give him kudos for going after these rats who after him. I just said love the heat, and also I think Shane something else, something he was just talking about, but Ethan, it was specifically for Pigman, and I got on Trashcast, spent a few hours there. I got about 4,000 on my own on that first day, and then he shot that up to 5,000 on Trashcast, which is awesome. And 12,000 in 5 days, guys. I mean, I'm not Eric July, but that's pretty damn good for my first campaign with a character that can put off a lot of people. I think it's pretty damn good. So I'm very pleased. Thank you very much, guys, for backing it. And if you haven't yet backed it, if you're here, consider it. I would appreciate it. Doc Brucey says, no, not at all. I think running ads is perfectly fine. I can only imagine the reactions from lefties and Islamic crews. Yeah, that is what's happening, and that's why I had this particular stream. Trevor says, yeah, this ad set the Wheelers off. Did it? They tried to tell me my opinion didn't matter as I had fewer followers than them till I pointed out they were following me. Hilarious. That's hilarious. So this particular ad pissed them off? That's funny. I think I blocked his ass. I'm just tired of people, only being in contact with me to tear me down. Period. I could see if they wanted to criticize them. That's some story, like that punk who was on here the other day, Joe Schmo. But those guys, they're poison. Absolute poison. There's no value from them, zero. They had a few videos on me so far, 3 live viewers. No, I mean, that's embarrassing. Zeno the Stoic says it's a jihadist, it's a jihaditard supporting lefty they are trying to talk to. Yeah. Then it says Lotus Josephine is sweet. Lotus Josephine. What is that, Dennis? Sorry. Doc Brewski, woo! Over 12,000. It's very, very cool, man. Trevor Nielsen, 500 backers. Let's go. Please, man. I would love that. The more backers, the better. I want to get this. I want to be overwhelmed by it to the point where I can say, all right, I need an extra worker or two at least to make the fulfillment, because it'll be a lot. Right now, I got one, and we'll see, to fulfill it. Jimmy says the engagement of the ad on X is a good way to reach different audiences. Absolutely, Jimmy. No doubt about it. And again, it's 204,000 views. That's very good. I mean, on my own, I've gotten 1.2 million for my Why I Draw Muhammad post. I would love for that to be this, but for this, I don't know if I've gotten anywhere near that with Pigman, cartoons or just posts. Dennis, it's a blessing you are no Eric July, indeed. Art says, I'm pro Meltdown. I saw the notification pop up and was pleased. Yeah, man, it's funny. Thanks for being here, guys. Yeah, so I'm just going to go through some of the commentary here, which I think is fun. 642 likes, 156 retweets, 52 comments. It turned to 3 backers. Right after I posted them, 3 backers and over $12,000. So it doesn't hurt at all. So one guy says, Dr. Death says, wouldn't he also hate Israeli Zionists? I fail to see the logic here. I said, you do fail. I have no idea what it means. Because he goes after jihadists, he also would hate that Israeli Zionists. He has an intel guy in Israel that he gets some information from. I have no idea what this guy means, but let's just read it through. That response makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, this kind of sense doesn't seem to fit. Please try again to justify the logic of this comic, because right now it looks like a retarded version of Man, Bear, Pig, a middle schooler drew in 2002. Another guy says, Paul Erlinson. I'm a bit confused at the various rewards associated with your campaign. I see the digital version of back issue number one. Is there a print version available? I said, yes, there are print versions available as well with four covers. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty simple. It's pretty clear. At least he said thanks. He may have even gotten it. So awesome. God's Will Facts Decider Cow. I thought you had already released this a long time ago. Yeah, I said I did in 2011 as the Infidel featuring Pigman. But this new number one, titled simply Pigman, is going to be issue 1 and 2, excuse me, remastered with new covers as a revival of the character. If I'm lucky to get to issue 3, it'll be all new material, and I can finish my series with issue 6. John Stuyvesant, aka Scott Ripham 99. He chokes them out with their turbans. I said he wears pigskin leather to exploit their pigtree as well. One guy says, nomadic Soam, Nazism looks good on you. I say Muslims love National Socialist, quote unquote, Nazis, and that's true. There was a love affair between Muslims and Nazis in World War II. Muslims were part of the Holocaust to try to expedite it because they thought that the Germans were too lazy, that they didn't kill enough Jews in record time, which is what they wanted. So then someone says Reddit comic. I said, "Aw." And Joe Condi says, disgusting, absolutely disgusting. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And then another guy says, I don't understand why people are so proud to be openly racist nowadays. I think it's patriotic. Is it because they feel empowered by Trump's nationalism? I don't get it what they get out of this. Yeah, racism. Someone tags someone, America forever. I love this one. One guy responds. This looks like shit. Oh, Rat Bar is here. Jesus, guy. Rat Bar. This looks like shit, and you called me a liar. Why did I? This liar keeps bitching and moaning about me calling him a liar. I mean, he lies routinely about everyone in the comic skate. Anyway, he's such a bore. My God, he's painfully boring. Fitra Alchemy says, spoiler alert, Pigman suffers a massive fatal heart attack on his first day on the job. Who would have guessed? That's very boring. Okay, this Mindy Wheeler, I guess a piece of shit wife of, what's his name? Mike Wheeler. She quotes me. I guess it's supposed to prove that I'm racist. They, I guess, made a video about it. Quote, the most devout Muslims, the true Muslims, are the most evil scum on earth. That's a fact. It'll be very non-inclusive. Wrap it up, pigskin leather. Make it Islam-proof, Muslim-proof. That's racism. That the most devout Muslims who are, that's what? That's racism. And yeah, wrap it up, pigskin leather. Make it Islam-proof. Make is Islam-proof. You got to get it right, Mindy. You got to spell. Muslim-proof. Only infidels, only non-Muslims can handle it. Read it. That's funny. That's hilarious. Well, I mean, Muslims wouldn't read it anyway. So she's as dumb as her husband. Oof. Bliss Beach writes, why would a pig man want revenge against, now what revenge? Where's revenge? It is, but where'd she get that from? Why would a pig man want revenge against people who don't eat pork? Oh, let me guess. Is this some forced fellatio comic? This is really bad comments, guys. Terrible. Want to start a book club for this? Muslim UNC? You're kidding me, one guy writes. Tweet January. How many nose reduction surgeries have you had? I think I know what it means. Typical. They need a pro-jihad superhero. They do. It's a super jihad. Amazing. This is a self-owned, some Arabic lettering, Muslim guy probably. I don't like this whole idea about Arabs. I don't like that. He's a Muslim. Some on the right say that is an Arab issue. It's not Arab. The Arabs what, guys? Most Muslims are not Arab. It's ideology. It's not race. I can't stand that shit. The Arabs. Just dumb. What I meant was Arabic lettering. Reddit is down the hall to the left. What does that mean? Like Reddit comic? I don't know. Jose Alvarado Enjoyer. We're not funding this slop. Good. It's not for you. Frog Boy. This is incredibly pathetic. Zionist clown. Wow, this looks like garbage. You are gay. I mean, probably that guy's also like a guy who pretends to be for LGBT, even though I use it as an insult. X is not free speech, formally truth. Okay. Where is Pigman when we need him most? Communists infiltrate our government. Only funny to communists. Dunning-Kruger Donuts. Unlimited uprisings on the Ist world. Live free or die. Pigman is a pigman. Sir Fox says, bigoted shit smeared onto my timeline. Your addiction to hate will kill you. Because what he just said was love. Also, the art is shit. Fuck you. Yeah. I could feel the love, guys. Nobody's backing this garbage. PLZ, please. LOL, what the fuck? Fuck this racist trash. The Knowledge Beast, Iran Observer, Muslim Brotherhood, he's tagging all these people. This guy's laughing. Really dumb shit. This seems racist. It seems it, you know? Make America Blue again. Nazi-crat is talking about racism. American first. This may seem silly. I really like to know, in Islam you are forbidden to eat pork. Do they still slaughter pigs? And if so, why? If they don't slaughter pigs because there's no reason, I would think Pigman would have no beef with Islam. Really stupid. Oof. I read that as Jew man. Yeah. So this is Pigman, and he has a USA flag belt buckle. So I guess he visited the actual link. This just seems highly insulting to Americans. To be honest, did you run this by literally anyone else before you went all in on it? Daniels, whatever. What is this dumb shit, LMAO? Oh, hey, you're that crackhead who tried to license Batman vs. Al-Qaeda, LMFAO? Ah, poor girl. And then something here. Who are you going to stop stealing half of my paycheck, or are you just fucking lying like the rest of the fucking faggots? I have no idea what that means. Ha 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 ha. Charade you are. It's pretty damn lame, guys. Pretty damn lame. Just going through my feed, and I mentioned the fact that I crossed 12,180 backers. Now it's 181, which is awesome. I want to get to 200 very, very soon, and then push it further. It's all about the backers. If I can get 1,000 backers, ultimately, you know, I know that sounds like out of reach right now, but that's the ideal. That's what you want. My first book sold 2,000 copies out of the gate. I had to get a second printing not long after, table for one. And in terms of, guys, mishaps, right? I asked the printer if they could print the black of the ink on the page darker, and they didn't. Quebecor, it was the printer from Canada, and they botched it. They made everything dark, and I said just the black of it, not the gray, not the shading, just the black parts. If you could isolate that somehow and darken it, and they didn't. They made it all dark, so it was at least 1,000 copies, and I said, no, I'm not going to pay for that, and I want a refund, actually, and you're going to get another one. Correct. They were pissed. I had to fight them on it, and they ultimately did it. Why the hell would I give customers a botchy book? I wouldn't do that. So it was a little hassle, but it was worth it. It was worth it. And let me just go here, check out a few more here. Yeah, Gene Hackman died. I just posted this drawing of him that I just did. A great actor, man. Just an all-natural actor. I resented when I was younger that he said, he goes, I act for money. That's it, you know. I was like, what an asshole. What a hack man, you know. The guy's a great actor, and maybe that's just his way of trying to get away from the highfalutin idea of acting as some noble, you know, thing, I guess. But he was an all-natural actor. I mean, really, as natural as can be in terms of you didn't see him acting. You never saw him acting. That's awesome. I love that about him. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw Jon Stewart cut his hand while in a tantrum basically over the left being out out of power. He smashed his coffee cup on top of the table, and he showed, he's such a drama queen horror. He showed the crowd his blood. Oh, I got to go to the hospital. And he also tried to smear capitalism as being exploitative, right? So I said, comedian Jon Stewart, who in a tantrum of anger cut his hand on live TV because he can't handle that his gang is out of power, just accused capitalism of doing exactly what socialism communism does, unfairly or cynically using another person or group for profit or advantage. I mean, that's it. Talk about exploitation. We talk about every kind of ism, every kind of disgusting ideology when it comes to socialism, fascism, Nazism, communism. This guy called me, how do you call me? He goes, so you're a Jew. I said, that's his answer. Like, so you're Jewish. That's why I do pick me. I said, you're Jew hater. It's Y-O-U''re. Had a little fun back and forth, and it got some really enraged people, which is good. I mean, I think this really made some impact. I think it got a lot of views, a lot of rats coming on, and 3 backers knocked me over 12,000. That's a good turnaround. I like that. I like that very much. All right, guys. Yeah, he really was. He was a great actor, Gene Hackman. Again, you never saw him acting. That's what you want. That's the ideal. Does anyone know here? Someone posted Michelle Trachtenberg, I guess, in response to Gene Hackman. I don't like when people do that. It's like, let's honor one person. I'm not trying to dishonor her by honoring him. I don't know what the point of that is. I don't know. But if you know about it, let me know, guys. I'm just curious. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. Anyway, I'll check this out later. I just want to check out your comments, guys. But I want to go to that this ad. I said, yeah, and this is important also, I think. There's a complete void in the marketplace of anti-jihad superheroes. PIGMAN fills that void. That's a fact. There is a void. People talk about go see a void and fill it. Well, that's what I'm doing. And of course, well, except this. They'll probably say, right? Except this. No, this. Definitely this. All right, guys, let me check out your comments here. The engagement of the ad on X is a good way to reach different audiences. It's a blessing. You are no average lie. I'm pro. Okay, so Joe. Okay, yeah. Okay, you're out. You're out, Joe. You're just an absolute bore, and you are out of here. Ugh. And he's actually when you quote someone, you better get the quote right, dummy. The dummy writes, "Everyone who disagrees with me is bad faith." Boss Boston, that's average lie. And that's you, Joe. You suck, Joe. Ugh, you were so horrid with your take on free speech, and now you're out. Dennis says, Lotus Josephine was a random X-bot that was saying, hi, honey, in your ad. Oh, sorry. That's funny. I didn't notice that. I guess I thought I read them all. I guess not. Art says, Joe, shouldn't you be paying attention to class? Study hard, kiddo. Yeah, he's out. And, you crossed the line, Joe. You attributed a quote to me that's not mine with actual quotes. You don't do that, dummy. You don't do that. You get banned. It's Muslim race, and that's the thing, And let me just, someone had to point that out, because I, check it out. I will have to post this. Thanks, man. I really appreciate the backup, guys. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, guys. Apologize. I just have to give some kudos to people. I really appreciate it. Freedom of speech, absolutely. Okay, guys. What was I going to look at? I'll look at it right after, guys. Yeah, well, Muslim race is Islam a race. It's not the main reason why I did have the main characters resemble me is because I want to hit home the idea that this is ideology, it's religion, it's not race. Anyone could be Muslim, anyone. And it's still now every single comment from the left and Muslims, racist, racist. It's stupid. And it's their way of denying, of trying to deny the fact that a guy like Pigman, they should be proud of that. They should be happy about that, right? They're against jihad, allegedly, right? Leftists. And also, they're also equating Muslims with jihadists. Pigman does do that. He goes around killing Muslims. No, he kills jihadists. He kills Muslims who take it to the extreme and become jihadists. That's who he kills. Muslims who haven't killed does go after him. He doesn't. Potentially they could be jihadists. When they do, then he'll take them out. But for now, if you're not on the battlefield killing innocents, okay. And what his killing them would do is make them think twice. Like Muslims, like, I don't think I'm ever going to take on jihad. That's a good thing. Um, it's Muslim race. No, it isn't, Zeno. And it's so annoying for these people to push it. Jimmy says it should be just a religion, as there is no country called Muslim. Yeah. Zeno says, strange they can attack all religions, but they can't attack Islam. Yeah, they all attack religion. Cigar gangster, rat bar, haha. Yeah, it just actually came just a quick pun, but he is a rat. He's a real rat, and he's such an annoying little rat too. Always trying to nip at the feet. It's like, what the hell? Chris Kaufman says, I know nothing about Bosch except that I respect him as an artist, but these comments have me wanting to know more about Pigman. I appreciate it, Chris. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Well, let me pitch it to you, Chris, and others who might be watching. Just the shorthand take is this. I come from a Muslim background. My parents were from Albania. I was born and raised in the Bronx to Albanian Muslim parents. I left Islam in my mid-teens. And it wasn't for any heartbreak. It wasn't for anything particular. It wasn't some atrocity that happened. I just phased out of it because of the dishonesty, the fundamental dishonesty of everyone around me and everything that was going on there. And 9/11 hits. I revisit my background. I wanted to think about, what am I going to do here? I'm an artist. I'm not a soldier. I'm going to respond to this with my art. So I started thinking about my background, what Muslims hate, what jihadists hate, and so on. And, jihadists are just the extreme version of Muslims, is what they are. They're the devout Muslims. They're the ones who take it to the limit. They're the ones who want to, actually kill and murder in the name of Islam. So I said, okay, I'm going to have an ex-Muslim who has been writing against Islam for years. And then after 9/11, he hears George Bush say, Islam is peace. And he's like, fuck that. I'm going to do something about this. I got to take the war into my own hands. So he becomes this, retributive superhero. He puts on pigskin leather to, as I always say, and always get a kick out of it, to exploit the Islamic enemy's bigotry. What happens is that if they come in contact with the pig in any way, they might lose their shot to get into paradise. So they can't have that. And, but then I said, okay. And then he goes after the jihadists and kills them, takes out entire jihadist groups. No other groups replace them. And then I said, okay, I like that aspect. I want to see this thing again, but I want a little deeper take on this story. I want to create maybe a real world in there. And Pigman is a comic book within a comic. So I started thinking about myself, and I said, okay, if I split myself in two, what would it look like if I went full-blown Islam instead of leaving it? And then, of course, what would it look if I became what I am, a recovered Muslim? And then there's the born-again Muslim. And it's as if I split myself in two. The brothers, they battle it out after 9/11. They go to this escalating war between them. And then that war is echoed by the super war of Pigman and Super Jihad, which was his longtime friend, like a brother, was working against Islam and Jihad, writing books against it. And after 9/11, he becomes, a fully recovered Muslim, to the point where he's fighting an inverted jihad against jihad. And then, Muhammad becomes Super Jihad, who wants to fight on behalf of Islam. And it's from there, it's the reaction of the world, the media, the comic book world. There were post 9/11 comic book panels that, Killian takes part in. And in short, it's this. Pigman number one, the Islamic background of twins comes to the forefront of their lives on 9/11, which is echoed by the comic book within Pigman vs. Superjihad. And believe it or not, a few leftists read it, wanted to hate it, said that they wanted to hate it. At least they were semi-honest about that, but ended up liking it. They said, yeah, I don't like this guy and stuff, but it's a good piece of work. Even Rich Johnston, that piece of shit, and Bleeding Cool, who he's such a lefty, and he calls himself a libertarian. It's like libertarian. I guess in the UK, libertarians are far left. Who knows what they are? But he's sure as hell not a libertarian. Anyway, so he read it the last book, and he didn't even mention me. He said, "Yeah, it's an artistic achievement and all that, but it's just too much. It's too much this, too much that." And he didn't even name me. He didn't even credit me for my own comic. So another guy liked it. He liked the complexity of it because I go from the quote-unquote real world of Killian into Pigman's world pretty seamlessly, like 6 pages in, out, and so on. And so far it's 100 pages. And by the time issue 3 comes out of this revival, it'll be all new material at that point. And it'll go, if those who've read it, if you thought issue 3 was big, it goes bigger, wider, deeper. And there's extreme things that happen, even more so. So this is the story. This is the story that I chose to do, that I knew if I did, I would knock myself out of any chance of getting to mainstream comics, and that's what happened. But that's the price you pay. And I have 4 different covers. Here's cover 1, Pigman taking out jihadists, breaking a guy's neck, punching him to death, and this is what he does. He takes out jihadists who kill innocents. This is a Pigman war paint cover with jihadist blood on him. This is the 4 characters: Pigman, Super Jihad, Salam Duka, and Killian Duke, the twins. This is the first page of issue 1. The second or third page, actually. I'm sorry. The second page, I believe. This is when he confronts Osama bin Laden, and Osama bin Laden is like, I swear, I'll shoot. I swear. Don't touch me. He knows he's a wanted man, and he has pigskin leather. That's why he says, don't touch me, because the word has gotten out. This is a 4th cover. Pigman making his vow to end jihad at a tombstone of the Twin Towers. I draw Pigman hard index card drawings. You got the 4 covers in one you can get for a package deal. Digital copy. The symbol of Pigman, September 11th. It has a few other meanings, but I don't want to keep repeating myself about that. Here's a print of that war paint. Here's Pigman looking back at Osama bin Laden after he shoots him in the back. And while he wears a bulletproof suit, it hurts like hell. So he's like, ugh. Looks around you. And you get the I Want It All pack here. This is a Pigman trading card, Submission Impossible. People ask me, I got 5 backers now. Good. It seems like every day I'm getting more backers. That's awesome, guys. Appreciate it, man. Because I think I will now make a print of that. I want to get more, but we'll see. That's my first graphic novel, Table for One. Takes place in an underground restaurant in Manhattan. Anything that can happen does happen. And I used to pitch it at conventions as Dirty Harry as a waiter. $500 for each individual page of Pigman, the original art, black and white art. And then this one is $1,000 Pigman commission. Original drawing of Pigman, penciled and inked by me with an idea by you. I got 1 so far, which is awesome. So yeah, guys, this is my pitch for today for my Pigman comic book. If you have any questions about it, Chris or anyone else, ask away. I'll try to answer your questions as thoroughly as I can. Thank you. So let me just check this out quick. So I got a real nice response, I gotta say. I got a nice response. Trevor just reposted, which I'm going to repost him. Buy a comic that actually has a message, not what you'd expect. Get the book that believes in justice for the victims of actual hate crimes. Thank you very much, man, Trevor. Thank you very much. So someone tags Herrick Builders. I actually contacted him. I haven't heard back. Hey, Herrick, this is a cartoon by Bosch Fawson. Is it not? You know him, right? Credit the work. Also back, yeah. I appreciate JL Lemons. And I will get back to you. I think a few of you have gotten back to me from Canada for the shipping costs. I'm going to refund you guys, but I need a little more details. I think for one or two of you, I sent to message me because I want to get your exact transaction and then refund you the $10 that you paid for worldwide shipping, which again is $25 for Canada. It's still expensive, but it's cheaper. It's hilarious. You are really dumb, I guess he's saying to someone. Some of these, I guess, wankers, you call them, the Brits. This is funny stuff, man. All right, guys, so I'm going to just leave it here for now. All right. So let me get back to the... Okay. I had to broadcast. I hope I'm doing this right, guys. I know that super chats are certain colors, a certain time. I don't know how to do that. They're just coming up this way. So thank you very much, man. Pigs don't eat it because they don't know how. $2 super chat from that. I can't repeat it again. Sorry, it's just too long. From Pigs Don't Eat because they don't know how. Congratulations on getting your channel monetized. Thank you very much, and thanks for the super chat. Much appreciated, man. Everyone who has, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, Jimmy, Quebecor, a very large print house, leaders in the print. Yes, was very pleased with the first one. Sold out of it in no time. Did a second printing. I think 1,000 copies. So it was right out of the gate, 2,000. And then I had to make other ones to make the 2018, I guess, update. It wasn't so much a remaster because there was only a few things that I wanted to make different. And I wanted to make, I think the paper was a little different where the black was really black and a more solid cover. I think the original one I had a solid cover as well, like a matte finish. So thanks again. Pigs don't eat because they don't know how. Pigs don't eat it because they don't know how. Very cool. Appreciate it, guys. Let's see. Mike TVW said Bosch would not give a bocce book generic July. That's bad business. Yeah, it's to me it was like, the standard was already, it was really good, that first one, except I didn't want I wanted the blacks to be a little blacker, a little darker, that's all. And they made it, they fucked it up because there's gray wash in there, and the gray wash made the faces botchy. They made other backgrounds. I was like, no, that's not what I asked for. I asked you to make the black parts. And I was very specific. And I got in an argument with one of the guys, one of the reps at San Diego Comic-Con. And it almost got ugly. I was like, hey, man, maybe you heard from that, but I'm not going to give customers something that's less than the one that I gave them prior. I'm just not going to. I'm not trying to talk myself up here, but it's important that you give them the best quality that you can. It's very important. It's not only the content. You want a really rock solid comic as well. You want it. You want to deliver it well. You want them to have good paper and so on. No one has complained about the quality of my stuff. Nobody. I like that. Yeah, Mike TV Dub, that is the case. And guys, if you haven't ordered it, please consider ordering it. I would really appreciate it, guys. I really would. Well, thank you very much. I got 3 backers based on that ad. I got at least 7 or 8, I think, yesterday. Every day I've gotten backers, which is awesome. But yeah, I wanna push this, man. I definitely do. I wanna, between the launch and the closeout day, I want to really push this. I really do. It's a little struggle. It is, but that's the nature of it. I'm trying to stream as much as I can. I'm trying to give you good reasons to back it. Like Chris here, he asked, and I took the time out to try to tell him what it was about. Stan Lubita says, Bosch Fawson, the Salman Rushdie of comic books. I hope these assholes don't find you. Me too, Stan, and thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I hope not either. I mean, so far so good. 20 years of Drum Muhammad, about 15 years of doing Pigman, of the comic at least. Pretty good. Hello, Lewis. Lewis said, hello, everyone. Just arrived. Yeah, Mike TV Dub. Rip Little Bill from Unforgiven. Again, man, the guy was an all-natural. Gene Hackman, all-natural. You never saw him acting. It was just Mississippi Burning, fantastic. Funny as Lex Luthor and serious, and you know, um, that was not what you expected. I will say that his Lex Luthor was not what you expected. Pretty funny, but he was great, and he was a big guy too. He was like head to head with Chris Reeve. And Chris Reeve's a tall guy, 6'4", and looked like Gene Hackman was right there with him. Something about that also, I think it's important. Um, huh. Jesus. Sorry, guys. I'm just having a little fun here, seeing some of the stuff. Oof. Mindy Wheeler. I think she'll be next on the chopping block. That sucked, her post. Oof, terrible. And also trying to attribute racism to me for how, where, what. Islam, and again, it's there. It has to be hit home every single time, and that's why again they have a problem with seeing Killian and Salam as an ex-Muslim and as a Muslim in the book, because they're like, fuck. I think that is true. It's not a race. It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's just ideology. It's a religion. But I want to keep saying it's a race because I hate him and so on. It's pathetic. Omni says, Bosch, has anyone ever told you have a cool name like a classic Marvel superhero? No, but thank you. It's very kind. I appreciate it, Omni. Mike TV Dub says, Omni, he's named after the fuel injection system in my Volkswagen. That's hilarious. Bosch, because sometimes there was a Bosch, the German company with the red letters. Trevor says, this is why you need mods. I know. I think I'll get there, Trevor. I think it'll be warranted at a certain point. Goody Two Shoes says, stopping in to say hail, Bosch. Hail Goody Two Shoes, and hail chat, everyone. Thank you. Tutorial Slaves, greetings, Bosch. How do you feel about your namesakes in the art and detective entertainment realms, respectively? Are you talking about Bosch, that great show with Titus Welliver? I love that show. It's fantastic. He's great. Great character. Great character, great show. And I think it'll be the final 10th season where it went from Bosch to Bosch Legacy. It'll be the 10th, I believe, and final season coming up soon. I think March or April. I can't wait. It's great. Titus Welliver is a fantastic actor. Great voice. He's also a natural. He's very subdued with a great voice. I love it. I love that show, Tutorial Slave. Tutorial Slaves are you veering off into different genres for future non-PIGMAN projects? Definitely. I could see your sensibilities thrive within a detective noir framework or a general story set pre-1960. Interesting you say that. I'm adapting something that takes place from 1922 to 1938. And I got all the reference. I got all these cars. I got all these things I have. But I'm also trying to suggest in there, at least with the main character and some others, that they're timeless. I don't want to make them look like they're in that era. The main characters, the most honest characters, are timeless. They don't look like they're from any era. All the characters are. And you can tell that they are by their clothes, by their hair, by their style, by everything that they do. They're of their time. So I have that. I have another story. Takes place in the 1970s. And then I have another story of men from the 1700s brought to the modern era. Interesting, and those are fantasy stories, those last two. And then I got a lot of stories, but those are the 3 or 4 that definitely going to sink my teeth into after PIGMAN. Omni says, have you ever met a real jihadist Muslim extremism person, Bosch? No. I was about 30 feet from them. The ones who came to kill us, though. They got their heads blown off before they came to kill us, after they shot a cop in the ankle. So I didn't meet them. And if I met them, I think I'd be dead. And I gave a speech in Maryland once, and I was looking at in the corner. There were 3 guys eyeballing me, looking hard at me, and they looked a little unshaven. It looked like characters. Like, okay, those guys might be Muslim. They ended up being quote-unquote Palestinians and the Turks. I think it was one Turk or two Turks and Palestinians. And I drew Muhammad in the middle of my speech. They were part of the school that I was speaking at. And at the end, everyone asked their questions, and they asked their questions. And they said something along the lines of, "You ain't Muslim." I said, "I'm not." "You never were." I said, "Yeah, I was. However passive I was. I did identify myself as a Muslim. I did go to mosque. We didn't eat pork. You know, I saw terrible things happening around. Cousin of mine kicking his wife down the steps in front of a party, in front of everyone. I saw things like that. It's terrible. The Jew hatred was hardcore. Always hearing it. So, but they wouldn't buy that fact. And I said, and then they said, you never Muslim." I said, "Well, you guys aren't Muslim. You guys aren't Muslim." "Oh yeah, well, how?" I said, "If you guys are Muslim, you would have ran up to the stage while I was drawing Muhammad and tried to beat me or kill me. But you're not." I said, "You guys are Americans, and you want to play hard right now, but you're not the real deal here. You're not." And then one guy came up to me after, and he said something along the lines of how leftists are putting um, sheep's clothing on wolves, that they're doing it, which sparked a cartoon where I did that. The guy puts a sheep's clothing guy on a wolfish type guy, Harry. He goes, "Nice, huh?" He turns around, and the guy slices him in the back with his claws like a wolf. I thought that was a good comment by that guy, by that student. And I offered many schools that same thing. I said, "Hey guys, I did this, so I want to offer any and all schools across the country, across the world. Let me show you free speech in action. Let me do a speech about it, free speech, and let me draw Muhammad as I do my speech. Let's do that. Let's do that." Lewis Michael says, "Getting on the campaign today. Question: I'm not familiar with Fund My Comic." First, thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. Thanks, Lewis. "I'm not familiar with Fund My Comic. I will be moving houses between now and July when you should be sending out the copies. Can I update my address later on?" I don't know, Lewis. I just got into this myself. It's my first crowdfund. I don't know. I know you could make a note of it in your order that you will be changing address. I know people have sent me updates, and I was able to change the address after the fact. But do it now or do it then. That's up to you. Um, Thanks for the interest. Check it out. Check out the website, and let me know. Let me know what you think. And if you do it, definitely put a note in there if there's a way to do that, which I imagine there is. I imagine there is, guys. So do that. I appreciate the interest, Lewis. Thank you. I just want to keep this on screen. That's the ad. I think that's the stronger ad of the two. I like it. It's very clear, direct, pigskin leather, grabbing that guy's beard, pulling it in. And this is a Stealth Muhammad cartoon also. That's Muhammad. It's a Stealth Muhammad cartoon because it's never spelled out. I have mentioned it in the past, and there is a moment where there's a dream sequence. Let me just say that there's a dream sequence, and this is from that. So yeah, Lewis, thank you, and I think you might be able to update, or as I said, make a note of it, and I will get it out to you. Regardless, at the end of July, I'm going to start. I'm going to start the fulfillment at the end of July. I don't know exactly how long it'll take, because I imagine this is going to be one of the bigger orders that I will have to fulfill. Hey, John, how's it going? A Moral Fat 40 ounce says 1203K. Let's get it to 15K and beyond. Back today, back often. Thanks a lot. Definitely, guys. If you could back it up, I would really, really appreciate it. I love the fact that I was able to get to 12,000 in 5 days. I think that's awesome. I definitely want your help, guys. I really need it, and I would really, really, really appreciate it. Again, this is something I'm asking you to support this. I'm asking you to help me get this out there, get it in the hands of readers. And I believe, Confiscate, I think you guys are readers. I know I am. And this is worth a read. I will say that. Whatever you end up thinking about it, I think it's worth a read. And then you let me know, And I just hope that I know I got something good. So I hope that from this, the fulfillment reading it, you guys want to get to issue 2, excuse me, because the issue 3 will now be issue 2, the old issue 3. And then by issue 3, all new material from there on, from issue 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll be exciting for me and hopefully for the reader. Chris Kaufman says, duality and polarity in all things must be contemplated and explored in all things, regardless of subject, or the human mind will remain enslaved. There is that. And, the twin brothers, and again, it's not by accident, twin towers go down, twin brothers, the story, the twin stories. You got the Albanian flag, which is a double-headed eagle. You can call it twin-headed eagle, whatever. Dualism. And that was a cover of issue 2 because I wanted to push the idea of dualism on issue 2 on the cover. Crazy Cat says, is this the most effective Twitter ad for a comic book ever? I don't know. I don't know, Crazy Cat. I know one thing. As soon as I put them up, 3 orders back to back to back. I love that. 3 backers. Shot up to 12,000. I love it. It's because of the ad. 205,000 views, a lot of interactions, 600 something likes. I just wanted to test the water, because I've been trying to do super chats, get people's attention on the bigger channels, on Ethan's channels, and just ask people, check it out. And I don't know if you guys have got any thoughts, because Breitbart, maybe not. I don't know. Where is the newsroom and comic book resources of old? I don't see them anywhere. I don't see of any real rock solid website that does these things, that promotes comics in an interesting way. Comics Journal, fuck out of here. The Commie Journal is what it is. Communists who like comics, I guess. Absolute snobs also, assholes. It was a chore to read that shit. I would much rather have read Amazing Heroes or Comics Interview. Much rather than that stuff. Maybe Crazy Cat, I don't know. I know that I think people were laughing at the idea that Every July has them. But I sure as hell had a good little boost. To me, every backer counts. If I get three backers from an ad and also make more money than I spent on the ad, I'm good, man. It's like, all right, that definitely worked. And let's see if I can make to me, this ad is it says it all, basically. PIGMAN in all caps, a bold font. By the way, I created this font recently because I wanted something meatier, chunkier. And I was playing around, and this is what I came up with, and I like it. Anti-Jot Superhero, back the comic book today at Fund My Comic. And then, of course, the link. PIGMAN, the Anti-Jot Superhero, back issue number 1 at Fund My Comic now. I like it. It's a good ad. It's very, very direct, clear, simple. Shows, PIGMAN about to take out this bloody jihadist. Okay. John says they found the hidden Epstein servers in the Southern District of New York. That's why the release today is mostly old news and so disjointed. Give Cash a few days to recover the new evidence. Yeah, you got a lot of smart people there, so very patriotic, passionate people. So yeah, we will see. And I know, people don't want it out there. And then a lot of people do. Those who really want it out there are going to say, come on, where is it? And those who don't want it out there are going to say, oh, it failed. Failed what? Don't you want to know, guys? Those who say this is bad, don't you want to know? And why don't you want to know? What is it? Hey, Sean, wishing you the best. I really hope to see you on with AP and D Wood soon. I would love to. I actually pinged AP, asked him if he can maybe, share this, or maybe I can get him a copy or two just to see, if he likes it, and then maybe share it. Who knows? But we'll see. I haven't heard back from him, though, so maybe he's not interested. I don't know. We'll see, Sean. I really hope so. It's right up my alley. They're good at what they do. They know their stuff, and they're also funny. You got to have a sense of humor when taking on jihad, or else it's going to be a goddamn chore. And it's like droning on. No, it's inherently funny. If you take away the violence and the threats and all the mass murder, Islam's funny. And why would there become violence? To kill the laughter. To kill the laughter. That's why. Okay, Emerald Fat 40 ounce says, if it matters to you, your DMs are visible on the bottom right. Shit. Thank you, man. Thank you. It does matter. I apologize, guys. I mean, shit. I appreciate it. A moral fat 40 ounce. I gotta be careful with those things. Uh, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it, man. Okay, let's see. Crazy Cat says mysterious circumstances around Gene Hackman's death found with wife and dog also did. I have heard of that. I don't know. I hope that's not the case, but it seems like all three dead at the same time. It likely is something. Clearly, terrible. I mean, talk about living a life. 95 years old, born 1930, having a hell of a career, and checking out at a certain time. He was like, you know what? I think I'm done. Good, good for him. He knew, okay, I think I did enough. I'm good. Um, thanks again, Immortal Fat 40 ounce. Appreciate it. Power Master Jazz, Hail Bosch, Hail. Thank you, man. Wishmaster, hand pink waving. How's it going, Wishmaster? Mike TV Dub says carbon monoxide poisoning, perhaps. That happened to Weird Al Yankovic's folks. Damn. It's terrible. Crazy Cat says, did he mean the artist Hieronymus Bosch? That's right. That's right. And Mofat 49 says, I meant top right of that mess. Yeah, yeah. I got it, man. Appreciate it. I don't want that to anyone. I really don't. There are rats out there, and I don't want anyone to be bothered by this. They get enough shit as it is, even like my stuff. So, Tutorial Slave says, yeah, I did Crazy Cat, but also Harry Bosch from the Amazon show. Did he mean the artist? Yeah, Harry Bosch. Yeah, and Hieronymus Bosch. I was told that years ago, but Harry Bosch is a great character and a great role. I mean, Titus Welliver. It's so funny. I saw The Watchmen, the recent animated film, and it was really done beautifully visually. It really was. They did a good job, and I love Titus Welliver, who plays Harry Bosch. He has a great voice, and he decided to go full on gravel with Rorschach. It's like, nah, man, nah. Please don't do that. He didn't have to do that. Dr. Manhattan. He didn't have to do that. I don't like it. I don't. Great actor. Great voice. Maybe a little, but not to the extent that he did. Way too much, guys. Crazy Cat says that would make the most sense. Was it an accident? Was it on purpose? I don't know. I think he was 95. His wife was in her 60s. Doesn't sound right. Something, yeah, we'll see. The truth will come out years from now. That's the way it goes these days. Every time someone dies, right? No one knows how or why anymore. That's like a running theme of late. I don't like that shit. It used to be a case where you knew, like the first thing. Mike TBW says, Southern U.S. went through a cold snap. Maybe their furnace had a crack in the heat exchanger. Seems to me to be the most plausible. Guess we'll find out soon. Yeah, we will. Oh, man, that's terrible. If that's the case. Crazy Guy says, Taurus love his work. Pigman in the style of Hieronymus Bosch. It's funny. Tutorial Slave, that would indeed be breathtaking, Crazy Cats. Tutorial Slave says, Bosch, your ideas sound riveting even at concept stage. Thank you. The time displacement premise reminds of a recent Norwegian show titled Be Foreigners. Be Foreigners. Any discussion of immigration integration through your particular lens planned? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I'm going to introduce a few other things in my Pigman story. The drawing of Muhammad, a contest, Killian involved, similar to my thing, but a little different. He won't be drawn for a while. Let me say that. He won't be able to. And then his first thing will be a Muhammad drawing. And from there. So if you know what happened in issue 3, you have a good idea, guys. So we'll see. I may allude to it, because I'm trying to think. I discussed it clearly in real life and all that on my posts and videos and stuff about the mass Islamic immigration by the corrupt scumbags in the West to try to prove they're not racist. I know it sounds crazy, but they're crazy. And it's not just for work. No, it's not. Like, I'm not racist. Look how many Muslims I brought in. Huh? Prove it, because they are racist. Those who try to prove not racist are the most racist fucks around. Those who don't give a shit about being, called racist aren't. Those don't, call me racist, whatever. I have a little fun with it, and I call them racist in return and make fun of them, sure. But that's about it. I'll check this out later, guys. Sorry. I just want to keep it there, and also for my comic, I'm gonna pitch it one more time before I leave because I gotta be leaving soon, guys. Um, I can't do what I did yesterday, the 4-hour stream, which is great. Believe me. Dale Keown was here and all that, and it was awesome and had a lot of eyeballs. This one there are less, but that's fine. Yesterday I got up to 600, I believe. The total was I think 1,500 with X and and YouTube, and then people have watched also since. Pretty damn cool. Whether they're fully engaged or not, I don't know. But you guys were really in here strong, so thank you. I'll see a tutorial slave. I imagine there might be because the story will go on for a few hundred pages. So I imagine it would be. Yotam Darkstar, ha ha ha. Don't know. Crazy Cat, an out of context laugh. Who knows? Crazy Cat says, I saw a video of Muslim kids tormenting some stray dog on the streets of their shithole neighborhood. Lefties nowadays hate animals, though. They won't condemn little monsters like that. Heartbreaking. Disgusting. Innocent creatures like that. Oof. Yeah. That's nasty. Very nasty. Torchbearer Studios. Have any libraries put Pigman on their shelves? No, they have not. No, they have not. Table for One, maybe. I think they may have Table for One. At least in maybe older students, college, maybe. I know that I think I was asked to do that, but Pigman, absolutely not. But why not? Why not? Takes on a serious threat, an enemy that we are still at war with. Why not? Mike TBW says, I want to know the Epstein list. A major Canadian political figure, WEF flunky Mark Carney, may be implicated in Epstein files. If so, good. Because if these scumbags, as we believe they are involved, it will bring even less, as if they have any credibility. They unfortunately do have credibility with us, with idiots. So it would hurt them because they don't want to be associated with that. I hope that is the case, guys. Crazy Cat says, podcast of the Lotus Eaters would be a good show to try to get on to promote your book. It would be, Crazy Cat, back in the day. Because I will say this. I like those guys. I watched them. They were good. They had the comics corner with the two guys, with the comic book lovers, Sargon and Avocado, the other guys. Good stuff. And then October 7th happened. And then these assholes decided to be neutral about it. Neutral about an atrocity. Neutral about the mass rape and mass murder of human beings, because that's a foreign thing. Neutral about the fact that the same enemy that wants to take them down within the UK is trying to take Israel down, is trying to take America down, and everyone. It's one enemy. Hamas is Al-Qaeda, is ISIS. And they stupidly made the decision to be bitches about it. Sargon Akkad had to answer because people were calling him out. He goes, okay, look, here's the situation. It's a foreign war. And I said, I called them out publicly on X. I called them out on YouTube in their things. And it's unfortunate because they had a good show. And then they decided to go absolute assholes. And I resent them for that. I do. And they have my comics. They have Pigman. I sent it to them a while before that. And they never got to it. And then they did that. And probably they won't get to it now. I think I tagged them, called them out. And I just really resent that. It's like trying to separate. They're trying to separate the enemy from its victims. Because since the victims were Jewish, it's not really our problem. That's evil, man. That's flat out evil. I don't give a fuck where these scumbags go. Countries in Africa and so on. It's an attack on civilization. It's an attack on innocent people. And should be condemned. without trying, and they just outed themselves, I believe, as if not Jew haters, as let's just say callous bastards, really callous, you know. And they lost my respect. They lost my patronage. They lost me watching their show. They did. A lot of people did that. Piece of shit Tucker Carlson. Not that I was a regular watcher of his. I never liked his style. I couldn't stand his goddamn laugh. Laughing like a bitch. It's terrible. No man does that. No man does that. It's terrible. So Crazy Cat, it would have been good if they had been decent people after an atrocity. They're not. They fucked up. So, and I know some of you here will take exception to that. I don't give a fuck. These are human beings who were slaughtered. And these pieces of shit just completely like, it's just Jews who were killed. So, if it was an Englishman who was killed, that's a big deal. I can't stand that. I also can't stand Indians who come to me, hey man, there was an attack in India. Why don't you talk about it? I said, I talk about the global jihad. I don't talk about the one in there, they're the one. I talk about the global jihad. The jihad against Israel is part of the global jihad. Against America, France, Italy, every country, the whole entire world. So Tony Figueroa says the cause of liberty is best served by presenting one's enemies with a clear and open target rather than joining them in a useless and insincere brotherhood. Benedetto Croce, Italian statesman. Wow. Thanks for being here, Tony. Good to have you here. Thanks. I think you commented also on one of my videos the other day. I think I just responded as well. Cause liberty is best served by presenting one's enemies with a clear and open target rather than by joining them in useless and insincere brotherhood. I can't stand that. The UN, for instance, that's a perfect example of the UN. It's an evil institution. You can't have good and evil in the same place and have the same voice. You can't have evil have the equal voice of free countries. That place needs to go. It needs to go. You want to put a pretense? Put it goddamn in France. Get the hell out of here. Go to France, UN, and get America out of it. It's a disgusting pretense. It's like, as I often say, it's like Batman and Superman sitting down with the Joker and Lex Luthor, as if they have anything to talk about, as if they can work together. No, it's like Pigman and Super Jihad hanging out and talking. Hey, let's work this out. No, it's war. That's all. Good has to win over evil. Period. Dennis Rodriguez says, did you ever visit Museo del Prado in Madrid, Bosch? I've never been to Europe. I've never been anywhere. I've been Canada years ago. I've never traveled. I've thought about it. The first time I was ever going to travel was to the Netherlands, 2018, when I was tapped to be the judge for Muhammad Cartoon Contest. And the threats against us were so extreme that the security said they couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle the security. It would have been too much. They had to cancel it. It's unfortunate. I tried to talk to Harriet Builders about it. He called me 3 o'clock in the morning, let me know, and I tried to persuade him about an hour or two. And it's unfortunate. It sucks. But I never traveled. That was the one time I was going to. And what a way to travel! You're traveling to Europe to do a speech on free speech, to draw Muhammad in the middle of that speech, and then announce the winner of another Muhammad Cartoon Contest after I won it 3 years earlier. Would have been great. So we'll see. There are 3 places I love to go to: Japan, Italy, Israel. Those are the 3. I don't know in what order. I don't care. I just want to go to one of I want to go to all 3 for sure. And ask me why. Something very different, something unique. The power of Israel and what it deals with, and what they were able to do with that country, and the way they're able to withstand that kind of animosity 24/7 with their neighbors and still flourish. It's an amazing story. It's a very heroic story. Japan, for the sheer novelty of it, the sheer wow, this place looks like a different planet of it. And Italy, I just love the Italian language. Italian women are some of the most beautiful women on earth. the language, the bounciness, the life of it all. I love it. I was around Italians also, and it's just something about it. So now I haven't been, and one day I would love to, Dennis. Um, Let me know why. Maybe do a follow up because maybe there's something there about something I've been talking about. Um, Doc Brucey says, I think Hackman kicked it. His wife died from a heart attack after finding him, and they lived a recluse life, so the dog starved. Damn. That's a big story right there. That's a little story right there, Doc. Um, I doubt it, but it sounds interesting. Crazy Cat says carbon monoxide sounds more likely. Yeah, it does sound more likely, but that sounds more interesting. Doc story. Um, Oof. And then Dennis adds to this story, which is becoming a horror story now. In that case, a dog would have eaten the corpses. Damn, guys. Hell, Richard. Doc Brewski, good point. I didn't think dogs did that. I know cats do, but they are evil anyways. I sure hope my dogs wouldn't fucking eat me. LOL. It's hilarious. David L. Hey, Bosh. I hope you're doing well today. I am. Thanks for live streaming. Your insight on the subject is really interesting. Thank you. Plus, you create great art. I got my eye on that saber tooth for the auction. Thanks a lot, David L. Much appreciated. Really. That's some kind words there. Thank you. Thanks, Beaner, as well. N2 Paint says agreed. Not sure about what. Mr. Solomon says, well said, Bosh. About Sargon Cod. Thanks, man. Because I was going to ask you what. If you guys can do that, if you don't mind, I'm sorry. I know it might be hassle, but if you guys can just, I get to these things and sometimes I lose context. If you just let me know with a little short follow-up, what you're talking about, as like Mr. Solomon did, I would really, really appreciate it. Yeah, Mr. Solomon, I like those guys. I listened to them. They were very good. And then they fucked up about a horrific act of war against innocence. They decided to play neutral, morally neutral. Fuck you guys. You guys are passionate about the ideas you say. You just don't like Jews much, or again, you're just callous bastards. And you lost me. You lost me. And if anyone knows, if anyone watches them and says that maybe they've become reasonable since, if they have, at least admitted some wrongdoing about that, or even condemned Hamas and said Israel has a right to wipe them out, let me know. I'd like to hear it because they had a good thing going and they fucked up. And again, also about the comics, guys, it's right up their alley, right? They're talking about politics and culture and immigration, all this, and they like comics. At least two of those guys read the comic. What's the hesitance? What is it? I don't know. They've had it for a while now. Over a year, 2 years, I don't know. I don't even know now. It was before that. I know that because I was enjoying their show. I was enjoying their shows on comics, and I wanted to say, okay, guys, maybe you might like this. We'll see. Afternoon, Flatey. How's it going? Hello, Lux. Torchbearer Studio says Japan was okay, but Hong Kong is really fun. Okay. Interesting. Those are the three places I got my eye on in terms of, if I ever get the opportunity, I would love to do that. I was invited to the Netherlands, and I was also invited to Israel twice to do speeches on free speech. And both times they have fell through. But I want to go there. Something about it. Again, it's a heroic. The country itself is like it flies in the face of the savages around them. It's like it's a disgrace for them to have Israel be not just what it is, but to flourish in a desert wasteland, which is what it was prior. And so I would love to do it. Hey, Jimmy, I'm back in. Hello. Let's see. Stormtrooper Julian Caesar. Italian women don't age too well. So that's hilarious. Sorry, guys. That's hilarious. It's funny. I had my first two girlfriends were Italian, and their mother, one of them, she did not age well. The other one aged pretty well, but one of them did not. I will say that. So it's possible. Dennis says there is Hieronymus Bosch's art at. Okay, I see. I've never been there. Those three, and those the three that I have at the top of my mind. But you know, let's see. Maybe there's some other stuff out there. Maybe like, Mecca. I could visit that, right? As a non-Muslim, ex-Muslim, right? Right? Wouldn't I be allowed in this great country, right? You're not allowed in the city of Mecca if you're not a Muslim. Now, Tucker Carlson is out there with that other slob, media whore, Piers Morgan, talking trash about America, this and that, in goddamn Saudi Arabia. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. He's such a whore, Tucker. He really is. And he has a Muslim who funds his media company now, who was a lifelong Democrat. What's he doing being funded by a Muslim? Why is he across the Islamic world now? What's going on with that? Are the Tates coming to America, Florida, where the governor said no, no, no dice? Why is Trump maybe being sympathetic with those two lowlifes, the Tate brothers? Why? Got a lot of questions here, man. It's not about that they're innocent. They're not. They're bad guys. It's on video. This idea that you can just watch the videos, guys. Watch him, what he says. He's a goddamn pimp, a Muslim pimp. You know, abuses women from 14 to 15-year-olds, women, girls. Unacceptable. Anyway, Based Art Department. Hail Bosch, hail chat. Hail Based Art Department. How's it going, man? So Jimmy Lumberjack says, Julius Caesar plus Greek women, they don't age all that gracefully. Italian women age, Dennis says Italian women age very well. I mean, I've known a few, and my God, absolutely just stunning beauties. Stormtrooper Julius Caesar flipping a coin between the two. Well, Northern Italy women perhaps age better. Comic books in the cahoots. Monica Bellucci has aged well. Yeah, yes, she has. Yes, she has comic books in cahoots. She indeed has. Jimmy the Lumberjack. Dennis, you may be on to something with Northern Italian women. Touche. All right, my man. DJ Grave Mix, thank you very much. Thank you, man. Okay, let's see. It is high, actually. Maybe it's you, DJ Grave Mix. First of all, thank you for the super chat. 7799 from DJ Grave Mix. Thank you. It is high. I just put it near the end. It was near the end. I just put it all the way now, just in case. Hey, Bosch, the volume is pretty low. My volume is all the way up, and it's not very loud. Is this better? First of all, thank you very much again for another super chat. Appreciate it. And let me know if this is okay now, guys, because it was near the end. I just put it even further now. I hope so. Okay. Based Art Department says, I got him cranked, and it's okay. Definitely not the loudest ever, though. Huh. Is this okay right now? Is this better? I'm curious if I got to get... N2 Paint says, volume sounds fine to me, Bosch. Okay. If anyone else can let me know, I would appreciate it. I do got to get going, guys. Maybe DJ Great Mix, because I did have it near all the way, and I just put it all the way now, so that should be okay. Crazy Cat. Tim Burton married Monica Bellucci. He had excellent taste in women. Yeah, he also married someone else a number of years ago. She's beautiful. Yeah, she is. She was in that James Bond movie, one of the Daniel Craig ones. She was, I guess, the femme fatale, the earlier one, because Bond always goes through the two women, one that's, either a victim or evil or corrupt or whatever, and then he goes for the second one, who's a better person. Volume is fine. Okay, cool. ASMR Bosch. If you tell me what that is, I should know. I don't know. Sorry. ASMR. I know it's probably a common acronym. Sorry. I just don't know, guys. Some things I just don't know. Did I get rid of that? Oops. Okay. Thanks again, DJ Green Mix. Appreciate it. I'm glad I cleared that up. Sounds like it could be me. Must be me. Have a good day, man. You too. Thanks, man. Dennis, not Bellucci, Crazy Cat, Sophia Loren, maybe. Sophia Loren about what? Dennis, do you mean not because Tim Burton? Tim Burton, not Sophia Loren. Audio's fine to me. Volume is good. Okay. Oh, LL. Sorry, Chris Cat. You're right. Yeah, she is. She's a beauty. Bellucci. I've never seen her. How about guys? Do you know this one? The Italian film Il Postino, The Postman. An actor who literally died right after they shot the film, and you have Maria Grazia Cocionota. Maria Grazia Cocionota, a stunning beauty, absolutely stunning. She was in that 1995 Il Postino, and then she was in The Sopranos, and maybe the second to last or last episode, the dream sequence where he was imagining her. If you remember that beautiful Italian woman, Maria Grazia Cocionota, beautiful. And I was with a woman years ago who similar look, similar. From her parents were from Sicily, and then you got the Calabrese, right? The from Calabria. Supposedly there are a number of Albanians there, and the Calabrese, I think they're also blonde. And what else am I going to say? I think something happened where, what was it? John Romita Jr. I was asking him to sign something for me years ago in New York. And he said, "That's a cool name, Bosch. Where's it from?" I said, "Well, my parents are from Albania." And he had a pause. He had a little pause. He wasn't crazy about that. That's all. I do remember that. I saw him years later, and we, got him a drink and all that, and we were good. But I thought that was funny. And I'm thinking, I don't blame him. Albanians can get a little rowdy, a little wild. And in New York, they are. So that was funny. And I believe his grandfather was from Calabria also. So let's just say it's a long, festering thing, probably, with that problem. DJ Great Mix says, reconnecting my earbuds. It's good now. That was stupid. Not stupid. Let me know. I do appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat as well. Thank you. Cool. NT Paints. She was a James Bond. Bellucci. Bellucci was, yes. Cocionota, Dennis. She's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Again, she was in Il Postino, The Postman, the Italian movie, and a beautiful soundtrack, guys. Let me just play it quick here, guys. Just quick. Let me just put it on quick. I know I have it here because I just had it. Okay. Another backer, guys. Thank you very much. It's a really beautiful soundtrack. Beautiful. Cocinota was in The World Is Not Enough. I think you're right. I think you're right. Pierce Brosnan. I think you're right. Wow. I forgot about that. I know she was in Il Postino, the Italian film. I saw it in Florida when I was visiting there years ago. And then, yes, she was in the opening, I believe. And Two Paints, right? In the opening. She's a stunner. Absolute beauty. From head to toe, she's just a stunner. All right, guys. I appreciate at the start with the chase. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Brosnan was a great Bond too. I mean, Goldeneye was great, and that Russian actress, she was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It seems like the start, Doctor No, and then you have I forgot which Moore's was his first movie. But I want to revisit all the first of the James Bond movies. They happen to be better than the follow-ups usually, and then some of them are still good. By the way, guys, I just found out today that Christopher Nolan was very interested in doing a James Bond movie after Tenet, which is his weakest film, hands down. I gave it a few chances just to see if it was just me. It was him, and it was the actor, Denzel Washington's son. No charisma, no screen presence, not a good voice. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but he wanted to make it, and Barbara Broccoli, who owned the rights, said no. She wanted full control of everything. You got a chance to get Christopher Nolan to make a James Bond movie. You say, okay, at least let's talk about it, and let's talk about what you might want to change and what we can work together. It was a no because she knew that he would want to have his own way, and we're denied potentially great James Bond movie. And personally, if this was a few years ago, which it was, Cavill and Nolan get together, do a one and done James Bond movie, as good as you possibly can make it, one and done. You know, and I love Nolan and Two Paints, but I can't do Tenet, and I tried. I said, okay, let's see it again. Let's see it one more time. No, terrible. It is terrible. And Nolan's great. I love Nolan. I'll watch anything he does. That's why I saw Tenet as well. And now he has the Odyssey coming up. I think next year. I'm gonna be there. I will be there. Um, Guys, I got another backer. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. I always appreciate it, especially when I do these streams. I feel like I just want to put the work in. I want to promote my book. I'm proud of it. I love my work. I love Pigman, and I'm like Ethan that way. I mean, Ethan, he doesn't hide the fact that he loves his stuff, and I love that he expresses it like that because some people are reluctant to do that. I don't give a shit. I love it. I can't wait to promote it. I can't wait for people to read it, talk about it, give me feedback, whatever they want, whatever it is. I don't care. That's part of this whole thing. I absolutely love it. Um, Stormtrooper Julian C says Nolan doing James Bond is $1 billion movie. It is for sure, 100%. And it'll be one thing you'll know. It'll be very serious, very interesting, and just different than your average James Bond movie. Epic. And Cavill, right now, there could be another one, but Cavill's the one that comes to mind. He can carry that and carry it well. He's 41 years old now. It's great. Great age, and he looks great. A little more wisdom, a little more masculine. His voice is, good. It's deep. He's tall. I mean, damn. It would have been awesome. And do you guys remember like a year ago when they said that the guy who played Kick-Ass is going to play James Bond? The guy who played Craven? It's like, are you kidding? Anthony something Johnson, whatever. I'm like, that guy? James Bond? In what universe? Where? As a James Bond villain? Maybe, but not even that. He doesn't even have that gravitas to do that. He's an okay actor. He's not great. You know, James Bond? Hell no. I know some people was like, yeah, that's a good idea. No, it's not. Cavill's the man. And in any other era, I think Cavill would be, getting every role in any other era. But because of the fact that they know he's not a leftist, how do you know he's not a leftist? I'm not saying the right wing, no. He's not a leftist by the fact that a leftist goes to him and says, these fans, toxic fandom. He's like, he pushed back at it in a very respectful way. He goes, I think they're passionate. I think the fans are passionate, and they want it to be good. And they get a little angry when it's not, and so on. So. And to paint said, Tenet had no narrative hook to hook you in. It had unlikable characters, strange pacing. That's for sure. There was nothing there that you're right. Because again, the hook is not Nolan. It's like, no. Nolan. If the studio thinks you're the hook, if you think you're the hook, no. It has to be the story. The story's got to be the hook. The main character's got to be the hook. And you think about it, if Tom Hardy played the lead, would it have been better? Yes. How much better? I don't know. But that's a guy who can really bring it. Uh, David Johnson, whatever his name, David Washington, he's not a good actor. I saw him in that stupid Spike Lee movie, the KKK, the Black Klansman, something like that. I can't stand what's that piece of shit? Spike Lee. I can't stand him. He's a racist piece of shit. He he's such an asshole. But Islam also. He's like, we got bigger problems now. Believe me. It's like, yeah, where, what, you, where? Anyway, communism. You mean your thing and Islam? But no charisma, no screen presence. David Washington, whatever his name is, David something Washington. He's Denzel Washington's son. Let's just say he didn't get his father's. You know, I swear to you, if Denzel Washington played that part, it would have been 10 times better. He would have at least had the hook with his Denzel Washington, a great actor. At least, yeah, he's older, but his son didn't carry that movie at all. What's his name was fine. Robert Pattinson, he had a better role. If he was the guy and it switched to the other guy, it would have been better. Not good. Not good at all. I don't know what he was thinking, Nolan, but I'm curious to see what he would say about it in retrospect. I don't know. I don't know if he's that introspective. I don't know. I don't see him in interviews talking about things like that. Curious, but he's a great filmmaker. I will watch anything he does. I love his Batman movies. I love from Memento to on. I mean, they were really interesting movies, very interesting and incredibly made. Comic Books and Coot says that the Man from U.N.C.L.E. showed Cavill could be Bond 100%. That was really good too. I like that movie. I like that with the other guy who's been canceled, self canceled or not, Army Hammer. It was good. They were both good in there. Crazy Cat says Nolan seems like too much of a nerd. Seems like too much of a nerd for James Bond. Interesting. It's possible. Himself, yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it? You know, these filmmakers, not the most macho men who make these sometimes great movies. You know, sometimes that's just not the case. Also, actors who are relatively maybe intellectual, and then they make these hard-edged movies. Torchbearer Studios says, "It's not you. Tenet is Nolan's weakest film." Yeah, it really is. Torchbearer Studios. It's unfortunate because you know, we were dying to get back to the movie theaters. It was right in a year or two after COVID, and we're like, shit. Finally, okay, good. And you watch it, like, was it me? I don't think so, but let me find out. And I gave him 3 shots. The guy earned 3 shots from me. I'll never watch it ever again. And they should have a special edition where it's backwards, right? The movie goes backwards, you know, like a backward edition. It was bad. And again, you got a dead fish of an actor as the lead. Hell no. He sucked in that one movie, and therefore, what did he see in him? I don't know. Nothing. All right, guys. I'm gonna finish these last 4 and then get going. Thanks for being here, guys. Much appreciated, and thank you very much for the backers. I just got another backer during this stream. Always appreciate it, man. Always appreciate it. Thank you very much. And again, guys, you know, you want to support a comic book unlike any other out there. I'm not just talking myself up. That's not hype. It's a fact. Takes on Islam, jihad, leftism, communism, the evil media that we have, and so on. It takes it all on. But in particular, jihad and Islam. Calvin's a perfect. DJ Great makes Cavill's a perfect age now. He is, and they say he's too old. You need an older, wiser Bond anyway. You don't want some young punk Bond. I don't want young James Bond, Jimmy Bond. I don't want that. I want a guy who's a little older, who has some wisdom, has some experience, a little more of an edge, and who looks great as Bond. Cavill looks great as Bond. Maybe go a little leaner. If I were Cavill. And if I was maybe Nolan, said maybe go a little leaner, the way maybe Bale did for Dark Knight. Maybe go that level lean. You're still cut, you're still shredded, but maybe he wouldn't need the bulk as a active spy. That's about it. I mean, if they were to ask me, who's gonna ask him? But I'm just saying, Cavill, a leaner Cavill would be a great Bond. He's a big guy, and I'll lean him up a little. I think he'd be perfect for that. And you're right, DJ Gray makes perfect age. Pigs don't eat it because they don't know how. If Nolan does a Bond film, he would cast Tom Hardy. I don't know if Hardy would be a good Bond. He's a little too rough and beaten now. He is. He's a great actor. As Bond, no. As a villain for Bond, absolutely. You put Cavill and across from Hardy, directed by Nolan. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. That would be awesome. Crazy Guy says Tom Hardy did a fantastic TV show that only, yes, Taboo. I saw it. It was outrageously good and wild and strange. And I mean, tour de force. Hardy is a fantastic actor. A fantastic actor. I didn't see Venom. I don't even hold it against him. It's like, I know he probably made a deal to make whatever certain things. It was a franchise, and that's fine. I didn't see the last one. I saw the other two, pretty forgettable. This one might be okay. He's interesting in there still. It's still Tom Hardy, but I don't resent him for it. I'm like, okay, therefore you sold out. No, he's an actor. He thought it might be good. Maybe the first one, who knows? But it's not. But he's a great actor, and that was a crazy performance. Taboo. He also was great in. He played the Jewish guy in the Jewish gangster, I believe, in Peaky Blinders. He was great in there as well. Tony Figueroa, the Tony Figueroa Tenet is an example of the adage: if you confuse them, you lose them. Good concept, poor storytelling. It failed, man. Whatever he intended, it didn't work. And I love his work, so I will give him more of a chance than I will give others. He deserves the benefit of the doubt from others, but from me for sure. And I still don't hold it against him. I will still watch. I saw Oppenheimer. It was good. The interesting part for me was the courtroom drama. That was interesting to me for Nolan to take it on. It was the least exciting Nolan movie, while at the same time interesting as hell and great performances and great directing. Very interesting. It still made almost $1 billion. If he could make that $1 billion, imagine James Bond by him. And again, Hardy as Bond. Cavill as Bond and Hardy as the villain. That would be great. Just on that alone, and then an interesting story by Nolan. That would be great. Torchbearer Studio says the Cavill would be good, but he is physically massive. I picture that's why I believe he should get leaned up. Torchbearer Studios. That's why he should do what Bill did for Dark Knight. In Batman Begins, he was big. He was so big that he said he went on set and they were like, "This is Batman, not Fat Man," because he really overdid it. Because he was so skinny for the movie where he played the incredibly skinny guy. Remember? The Machinist. The Machinist. He's a great actor, Bill. Bill could be also a villain in Bond as well. Bill, Hardy and Cavill. And you're right, Torchbearer Studio, but that's why I mentioned earlier a leaner, meaner Cavill. Leaner, meaner Cavill. Great Bond. I picture Bond as more of an everyman in size. Now, Amazon is going to whore the Bond franchise out and probably make it work. Probably. But then again, they do have the Terminal List. They do have Reacher, even though that actor is trying to do his damnedest to not make us watch. He's such an idiot. Those are good. And also, Jeff Bezos just came out. I don't know. He sounds like he's explicitly. It's funny. I called out objectivists who used to praise Jeff Bezos. Say, guys, you can praise him as a great entrepreneur. This guy's a piece of shit who has the sleaziest, most leftist communist rag out there. Washington Post. It's disgusting. They went all in on BLM. They went all in on all this shit. And I said, so praise him for his entrepreneurism, fine, and criticize him for that. Don't call him a hero for this. Just don't. And don't be blind to that aspect of him. He's a great entrepreneur and a piece of shit when it comes to his politics. Now, supposedly, he wants, promote values that, and this is why I called him out also publicly and also the objectives. I said, look, Preach what you practice. Okay? Preach what you practice. You're a hard worker. You're a great entrepreneur. Preach what you practice, because that's what you practice. You don't practice all this bullshit that you pretend to send out there. He just wrote a letter. I think one of his editors walked out. He wrote a letter that he's going to promote values that are different than they have been promoting. Let's just say talking up capitalism. So I don't know, guys, if Jeff Bezos has come home to the point where he has become what he should be, because the guy's a great entrepreneur. I mean, everyone knows that. We'll see, guys. And if I remember correctly, Cavill had a deal with Amazon Studios for something. Uh, what was it called? Like a video game movie adaptation. But we'll see, guys. We will see. And Tupain says Hardy's too short. He's 5'8". Yeah, I mean, as Bond, he also doesn't have a look. Great actor. Um, he's been making himself look rougher and rougher over the years. He was a pretty boy years ago, and he's completely not that now. But great actor. Art says Army Hammer's canceling was in poor taste. Who hasn't had odd cravings? There wasn't a lot of meat to the accusations. They just weren't well done. Jeez, Art, you got that all in there. Pretty damn good. A good actor, and I watched the interview with him last year after recovery. I don't know. It's very vague. There's no specificity to it. He seems like a decent guy, all things considered. I think it was talk that got out of hand, not action. If there were action, he'd be in prison about sexual cannibalism, whatever they were trying to accuse him of. If there was action, he'd be in prison. If there was a victim, he'd be in prison. But he's trying to come back. There's a movie called, it's interesting, I'm talking about The Dark Knight and Bale in there. There's a movie called The Dark Knight that he's starring in about a vigilante. And the director is not budging from the title, even though Warner Bros. Told him, hey, you got to watch this. You got to watch it. He's like, no. I think from his perspective, it's like, that's just a phrase. You don't own that phrase. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's interesting. Nice one, Art. Crazy Cat says Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter, Una Chaplin, wasn't taboo. Is that right? Is that the one that played the wife? The sister? Is that the one? Interesting. He married a very young lady, Chaplin, and he told her, what did he tell her? He told her something really pretty cool. I'm gonna be an old man, something like that. I forgot what she said. Something beautiful. It was really, really nice. The Machinist, yeah, and Two Paints. It was at the tip of my mind. I actually was able to pull it out, which I was, because I've forgotten some things here and there of late, guys. But Hail Comicsgate, Tarks 9. Hail, man. Guys, you take care. Be well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the backup here. Thanks for the backer. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. And again, guys, any questions, ask me. If you're on the fence, I'd like to know why. I want to sell it to you. I want to sell it to you. I want to convince you guys to get this because it's good. I will say so myself. I'm selling something that I know is good, and I want to hear from you after the fact as well. I'm not going to talk about more than that, but it is good. Take care, and Two Paints. Appreciate it. You guys take care. Be well. Until next time. Thank you.